Hello, it's Railway Russ here again, and on this hopefully short tutorial video I'm going to be looking at how you set up late running on PC Rail simulations. We'll cover the modern type simulation as well as the heritage one. They are very similar. Usually the modern one has more locations to look at. So we'll use East Lancashire, the latest one from PC Rail, as an example, and I'll just go through a few of the details on how to set late running up. Right, so it's click on options, late running. You'll see the screen come up for the for your late running profile. So there's two windows: trains affected, the percentage of trains affected. We can enter all these details in these boxes across the top, and of course there's a column for each class of loco as well, class of train should I say, so you can have different classes affected at different rates there and for different lines, so it's quite comprehensive. And at the bottom we've got the average lateness in minutes. If you have a look through the help file, if you type in 15 to represent 15 minutes, the train could be on time and up to twice the amount you put in. So obviously put 15 minutes in, it could be 30 minutes late. Now some of these simulations have got quite a long list of lines. These are all the lines coming into your layout, so you could actually simulate an incident on perhaps one of the line, like the Lancashire and Yorkshire. You could put just late running off of that line due to a problem on there, or you could just have a generic for all. Now what I do, I make it quite simple. For class ones I usually put 10, which is 10% of the trains affected. Class 2 is 20, class 3 30, and so on, or across the bottom. Now this will puts the times in for all the different locations, so every location is going to be affected by the similar amounts. Obviously it will be random. And for light engines I tend to put 10% of trains affected for that. Otherwise it can cause problems if you've got trains taking over other trains and uncoupling to form the light engine, etc. Now for the average minutes late, I do the very same thing. So I've got 10 minutes for class 1, 20 for class 2, 30 for class 3, and so on right across the way. 70, 80, 90% for class 9, and for light engines I just have 10%. 10 minutes should I say. That's the percentage one up there. So we need to click that on, of course, and click OK. Now this won't affect any of your existing current run. Basically, to take that profile into effect, obviously I've clicked on late running, that's ticked off. We've got failures and delays, which I'm going to cover in the next tutorial. So we click on new. Always asks us to save the simulation. There's only one timetable, so there's only the standard timetable. Then that will now load up the timetable and it will take into effect your profile. Not every train is going to be late, and of course the first one is on time, but if you have a look through, we can see there we've got this class 4. Let me just stop that. Stop trains running. So we've got this 4M08 is running 76 minutes. This could cause a lot of conflict. You might have platforms already occupied by late or even trains on time, so it brings a complete new element to PC Rail, in my opinion, and it makes it of course more realistic. Trains, as we all know, do run late. So yeah, that's say not all late. That's basically, as I say, we've got the class 4 and class 5. None of the passengers affected, but then again we've only got 10 and 20%. So there's one running 48 late, and so on. So yes, there we go. Passengers are doing quite well. So I say you can always change those settings if you want to be a bit bit more aggressive, as it were. You could increase the percent quite a bit. You could even put 100% if you really want to be well, I'm not sure what you want to be, but it'd be quite an interesting run. I've never actually set that to 100, but I tend to use 10. But you can increase it or decrease it. You can change any of these figures at all, completely change the profile. But remember, any changes, you will need to start a new session. It won't affect the current one. So anyway, that's the modern ones, the black, the East Lancs one, should I say, and we'll have a look at the heritage ones. They're very similar, but obviously there's less lines coming in. So we'll use Seaton Junction as an example. We've already got this timetable started, but we'll stop that. Click on options again, late running, and of course we've only got 4 lines here: trains from the down, trains from the up, the branch, and even the upsiding, which is this location here. We can have trains from in there. So I would probably do the similar sort of thing again. 10% for class 1s, 20 for class 2s, 30, 40, and so on. We'll see how this affects. 80 and 90% of freights late. Light engines, they will keep reasonable at 10%. Then the average lateness, I've usually picked 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 10 for light engines. Remember, we've got to select on, put that on, click on OK. We need to start a new session to take that into effect. Save the game, and off it goes. Let's see what we've got running late. Well, this one's that's a strange one. We've got one at 2 o'clock there. Doesn't say whether it's late or not, but oh, there we go. Oh yes, that's probably on time. It's the 8th. See, 98 looks 111 minutes late. So as I say, it tends to affect freights more than other. We've got a class 4, 26 minutes late, 17 late, 59 late, 101, and again we've got the class 1 on time. So I think it's quite realistic. You say you can tinker about with these times if you want. Depends whether you want it to be more aggressive or not, but you know, I mean, we could put 30 there, for example, just to give these passengers. Again, we need to select new, save the game, and let's see if it's affected any of these class 1s. Now we've got away with that one. No, it's not affected any of those, so been quite fortunate. Now I've got one coming off the branch. Now he's going to be 40 minutes late, so that's going to be, those two are going to be coming together there, so that'll be interesting to see how that works. Obviously, if trains come out of order and there's locos for various trains, you can get yourself in a mess there. So it might be best to keep the branch fairly on time, or you know, 10-20 minutes late, something like that. Right, I'll stop it there. Hope you've learnt something new. If you have, give me thumbs up. Nice to read your comments if you got any comments, or if you want any other tutorials or videos considering. And thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again some other time. Cheers.